defenders.
We are defenders of Zion.
We are the defenders.
We are, yeah.
We are the defenders.
We are defenders of Zion.
We are the defenders.
We are defenders of Zion.
This class right here is for unbelief. This class right here is for you and me. This class right here means everything. Everything that an Israelite needs to be. This class right here is for unbelief. This class right here is for you and me. This class right here means everything. Everything that an Israelite needs to be.
No one told us life could get this hard. Everybody failed except the Lord. When I feel like I ain't coming through, I see these issues don't apply to you. Had to change my path, change my ways. All of this heart attack don't last always. The most I make us kings to serve as slaves. I'ma be an Israelite to the grave.
We are the defenders.
We are defenders of Zion.
We are the defenders.
We are, yeah.
We are the defenders.
We are defenders of Zion.
We are the defenders.
We are defenders of Zion.
All right, shalom, Most High in Christ bless to everybody tuning in. All praises to the Most High, man. We made it to another Sabbath. All right. Tonight's topic is concerning Kanye West. All right, and the hidden truth and the God of Israel. All right. What you gonna come to find out? First and foremost, is that you so-called blacks and you so-called Hispanics whose fathers are of Negroid and Indian descent, you are the biblical Israelites, all right? And it's our job and duty to keep God's commandments in the faith in Christ, all right? This truth is being spread to the four corners of the earth very rapidly, all right? A lot of celebrities are waking up to the fact that we are the Israelites, but make no mistake about it, there are other things that we are supposed to be doing to ensure our salvation, okay? And one of those things is keeping God's commandments, okay? Now, tonight, we're going to go into this Kanye West Drink Champs interview a little bit because obviously the Most High can place his spirit on anybody to speak truth, okay? Now, let's see. Let's open this up a little bit, all right? We're going to start here and, we're going to go into this thing a little bit, right?
Basically like intern almost up under these companies.
Because you interned for Louis Vuitton at one time,
yeah,
right? Okay.
Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and we interned in a way at Adidas. I like the licensing deal is my intern to become, more in that Bernard Arnault, Bezos, Elon territory, and just understanding how to, how money works. Like this is first generation. Like you can say, like look at like Jay with the Do-Say.
Right.
This is first generational wealth.
And learn those infrastructures, right?
Yeah, the infrastructure is how to do a factory. Even right now, like when I left Gap, I moved. We made this T-shirt, like all the tremendous stuff we're doing right now, which is a flip on Supreme, where the guy that used to work for me, Tremaine, is now at Supreme, and we can go further into that. A little bit later, but for the main point is, so I took it over to Dove Charney at LA Apparel, and he founded Los Angeles Apparel. So then we made the White Lives Matter tees, and then when I put up the tweet, the DEF CON tweet, now he ain't releasing the tee because he's Jewish. And I'm like, see, this is my exact point that I'm making. Like, Jewish people have owned the black voice, whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt, or it's all of us being signed to a record label, or having a Jewish manager, or being signed to a Jewish basketball team, or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. And we understand it's like, I respect what the Jewish people have done and how they brought their people together. You know, they came into money through the lawyers when after Wall Street, when all of the like the Catholics, they wouldn't divorce people.
Right.
So the Jewish lawyers came and they were willing to divorce people. That's when they first came into their money. So like, say with me and Jay, with our culture, with the darker Jews. First of all, because you got to.
It just happens when anybody starts talking deep.
Okay. Yeah. With the darker Jews, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, who we are, because we Jewish also. We from Africa also. We the blood of Christ. So.
See, this is the thing right here. Our people don't want to hear nothing that we got to say. When we telling our people, you know, we are the Israelites, and this is real. Nobody want to hear that. But see, it takes these celebrities to come out, you know, and say certain things because our people are very selective with their hearing, right? Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Baruch chapter 2 real quick because at the end of the day, everything is recorded in the Bible, even how our people operate, right? Let's go to the book of Baruch chapter 2 and let's read verse 30.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me.
This is the Most High. This is the Most High speaking here. He say, I knew they would not hear me, man. This is a prophecy. It's already written that the Israelites don't want to hear this. Come on.
Because it is a stiff-necked people.
It's a stiff-necked. It's a hard-headed, rebellious people, man. Right? We don't want to hear nothing because our people got pride on them and they think they know everything. Come on.
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
They shall remember themselves, man. This is what you're seeing. This is why Kanye is coming out talking about we the Israelites. This is why Ice Cube coming out talking about we the Israelites. This is why Nick Cannon coming out. This is why Kodak Black. This is why Kendrick Lamar. These celebrities are remembering themselves. Right? Come on.
And shall know that I am the Lord their God. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. And think upon my name.
And think upon my name, man. But see, this is the part that we need to come to fruition in the fullness thereof. Come on.
And return from their stiff neck.
Return from their stiff neck. Come on.
And from their wicked deeds.
For
they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
We need our people to not only say, oh yeah, this is truth, we are the Israelites, but we also need our people to repent. And we need our people to not only come into the knowledge of the truth, but to turn from their wicked ways, man.
We're not just black. We are Jew, just like the Jewish people. And now we're coming into money. But the main thing is, I got to drink the Do.Z over the Hennessy as the first step to us coming together, like how the Jewish people came together.
And what is he really saying right here? What he's really saying is he's going to step out on the limb and say things that nobody else can say.
Right.
He's going to step out and he's saying, okay, I'm going to lead this whole thing. And to be honest with you, this is absolutely biblical. Let's go. We still in the book of Sirach. Let's go to chapter 13.
Baruch or Sirach?
Oh, I mean Sirach. Ecclesiasticus, my bad. Sirach chapter 13, and let's read verse 22.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 22. When a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers.
When a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers, man. Because the people that's helping, they believe they have something coming back because they know this man is a well report. Right? Come on.
He speaketh things not to be spoken.
He speaketh things not to be spoken. This is what Kanye is doing right now. Right? This man got a little money and he's speaking things that are not to be spoken. He's telling you, basically, these Jewish people are the devil, man. Come on.
And yet men justify him.
And yet men justify him. It's okay for him to say these things because of his status, man. So we as Israelites, we have to allow these things to happen, right? Shouldn't no Israelite be going around trying to bash Kanye West at this point? Shouldn't no Israelite be going around talking about Kanye crazy or trying to discredit this man in any fashion? Because this man is telling our people the truth. They need to be woken up. They need to hear this. But I see it on Facebook all the time. Israelites going around talking about why y'all giving Kanye all this credit and this and that. Brother, Kanye is speaking the truth right now. Right. Don't be telling people that he's stupid.
Right.
Come on.
And yet men justify him. The poor man slipped. And yet they rebuked him too.
So a poor man can say the same thing, but that man will get rebuked. You shouldn't be saying what you're saying. Don't nobody need to be speaking on that. Right? Come on.
He spake wisely.
He spake wisely, though. Even though they tried to shut that poor man up, it's saying he spake wisely. But when a rich man say the same thing, he's justified. This is biblical. Let it happen. Come on.
And could have no place. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
Every man holdeth his tongue. Come on.
And look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds.
They extol it to the clouds, man. This thing is spreading like wildfire. We ready for salvation. Let it happen. Right? Come on.
But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he could stumble, they would help to overthrow him.
Right, man. So at the end of the day, man, you see what's happening, man. You see this man stepping up, right? We all have a starting point. You have to allow this man to speak these things. You have to allow him to grow in grace. The most I could possibly let this man repent. Right. He could put it in his heart to say, you know what? I know I've been saying we the Israelites, but I have to take this up a notch. I have to actually do what the Bible says.
Yeah, all praises.
But we couldn't even talk about. I remember Ben Horowitz called me after 444 and said, I don't know about Jay giving up Jewish business secrets. And these secrets.
We was talking about building up the properties and stuff like that.
Yeah,
on 444.
These secrets they not finna be a secret no more. Like if somebody tells me something, it's like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret. I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like if you want to be a secret, don't tell me. I'm not here to keep nobody's secrets because it's only the truth that's gonna set us free. And what they do is the Jewish community, especially in the music industry, they'll take, in the entertainment period, they'll take one of us, the brightest of us, right, that can really feed a whole village, and they'll take us and milk us till we die, and then Stevie Wonder's son got to get a job, right? But camera A's off.
Did you hear what that man just said? He's telling you that the Jewish community will milk you until you die.
Facts.
Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 49 real quick. Because the problem with our people is they don't realize that the wisdom they think they have and the things that they actually say that are intelligent, they're recorded in this Bible, man.
Right.
Right? These things are written. Right? Let's go to Jeremiah 49 and verse 8.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 8. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes?
If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? This is talking about Esau. It's talking about these Jewish folk, man. Right. It's telling you they ain't leaving a damn thing. Mm-hmm. They are taking everything. They will milk you dry. Come on.
If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But I have made Esau bare.
The Lord said he made Esau bare, man. Come on.
I have uncovered his secret places.
Ain't that what Kanye was just talking about?
That's right.
He said, ain't no more secrets, man. Mm-hmm. See, but what they don't realize is that the Lord is the one that's revealing these things. He's revealing everything about Esau. And we putting a lot of that stuff on Front Street tonight.
Got a job at Apple. He's already set up because of the way Azov is connected. And we have to make our own connections. That's what I saw. What I loved about it, I love Dove just as a human being.
And this is the guy from Adidas?
Dove is from American Apparel.
Okay.
But I'm talking about put out my White Lives Matter tee. The White Lives Matter tee don't say nothing. It don't say DEF CON or nothing on it, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, put it out. And he's telling me, like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And I was like, yo, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. That's our Holocaust Museum. I'm like... Wow.
Our people got to start waking up and realizing. I heard Candace Owens talking about the most dangerous place for a black child is not out here in these streets. The most dangerous place for a black child right now, according to statistics, is inside of their mother's womb. Because over 50% of our population is being killed by the abortion. Wow. These abortions is killing our people, man. And I don't think we realize that these things was an agenda from the jump. Right? This is why when you read in the Bible, it tell you, man, when you read Jeremiah chapter 1, it show you the Lord was dealing with, the Lord knew us when we was in our mother's womb. So by you getting an abortion, that is murder. You are killing your baby. It's not okay. Right? And I don't think we realize how much that stuff is affecting us, man. And quite frankly, a lot of that stuff is happening is because we refuse to understand proving. We refuse to value the significance of marriage.
Right. And
so what's happening is we jumping in these relationships, we popping these babies out, and it's not being done in the right order, man. That's an issue.
Put my life on this at this point because they've been fucking with me too long. They put.
Hey, and if your kids is watching this, put the babies to sleep because this is some explicit language that he's displaying. Right.
Put the crazy narrative out there. My Jewish trainer Harley Pasternak, who's Lizzo's trainer, put it out when I went to the hospital, put it in the press. I got a bunch of friends that went to the hospital. It didn't go to the press. They did that just like they did in the documentary on the 3rd episode to say, we love Ye like the rest of y'all. We know he a genius like the rest of y'all, but sometimes you got to turn the camera off on him. Right. So they'll go and get a dude that's supposed to be my friend that's been taping me the whole time and buy this nigga out for $30 million.
I thought you co-signed that.
I ain't co-signing, but you get used to that. Paparazzi taking a picture of you, you ain't getting no money off it. Right. You just get used to getting screwed by the Jewish media. And I'm saying, y'all done poked the bear too fucking long. When I wore the White Lives Matter tee, I had 4 SoFi Stadium shows. They canceled my shows. I said it's up. And let me tell you one thing, it's like if a black man is caught.
Yo, listen at what he's telling you right now. He's telling you that he basically wore a White Lives Matter shirt and they jumped on him. What he done is he showed you it don't matter what you pushing. If they want to shut you down, that's exactly what they gonna do, man. He wore a White Lives Matter shirt. They gonna shut him down. You wear Black Lives Matter. They gonna shut you down. And they shutting down this man's stadium events. That's against the law. Our law. See, let's go We still in Sirach, right? Let's go to Sirach 34. Sirach 34. This anything that the Most High say, you know, this is a righteous thing to do, man, Esau gonna be against it. It don't matter what we doing, right? Sirach 34 and 22.
The book of Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
He that take away his neighbor's living, man, you slayeth him, man.
Right.
Now we supposed to have freedom of speech here. This man ain't doing nothing but saying what he want to say, freedom of speech, and they shutting down this man's living. The Bible say you slayeth him, man.
Right.
You hate your brother. You a murderer. Come on.
He that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a blood shedder.
He that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a blood shedder, man. You know, you owe somebody some money. You supposed to pay him.
Right. True.
All this is laws, man. And see, this is the thing that these nations know. If we come back to our laws, man, ain't nobody gonna be able to stop us, man.
Facts.
I mean, let's just keep it real. If we come back to our law, nobody can stop us. Right? Real quick, let's go to Judith in the Apocrypha. Let's go to Judith real quick. Right? Judith chapter 5 and verse 19.
The book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 19. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem.
And have possessed Jerusalem. This is the thing about Jerusalem, right? The Lord chose Jerusalem, right? Jerusalem is a special place.
Yes.
What that means is these nations know whoever is controlling Jerusalem and whoever is living in that land is going to have an advantage everywhere. It's right here, what you looking at. Judith 5 and 19. We reading it. Come on.
And have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
We shall overcome them. Who's speaking this? These are the Edomites.
That's right.
These are the Edomites that's showing you, listen, they know. These Edomites know. If we are not doing what our God asks us to do, they can overcome us. And they doing it right now. They are in our land right now, controlling it.
Right.
And this is what Kanye is speaking on, man. Come on.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world. And when Achilar had finished these saying, all the people standing all around the tent murmured, and the chief men of Holofernes, and all that dwelt by the seaside and in Moab, spake that he should kill him. For they say, we will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel. For lo, it is a people that have no strength nor power for a strong battle.
We don't have no military might, man.
Right.
We don't have no power here. Come on.
Now therefore, Lord Holofernes, we will go up, and they shall be prey to be devoured of all thine army.
All thine army, man. When you look at Holofernes is an Edomite, man.
True. Contrary
to popular belief. See, our people aren't taught the biblical terminology in who these people are. Our people have no idea, man. Jump to chapter 7. chapter 7, and let's read verse 6.
The book of Judith, chapter 7 and verse 6. But in the second day, Holofernes brought forth all his horsemen.
His horsemen. Come on.
In the sight of the children of Israel, which were in Bethula. And viewed the passages up to the city, and came to the fountains of their waters, and took them, and set garrisons of men of war over them. And he himself removed toward his people. Then came unto him all the chief of the children of Esau.
Stop, man. Who is this man calling, man? It say the first thing he done was call the children of Esau. Read verse 1.
Verse 1. Judith chapter 7 and verse 1. The next day Holofernes commanded all his army and all his people.
Who?
All his people.
Man, these folks know if we don't do what our God say, they can overcome us, man. We are literally reading these are the Edomites from the jump, man.
Right.
With some in the car, everybody in the car gonna go to jail with them, right? But if a black man can play basketball or rap, only he gets the record deal. So meaning like if one black man does something bad, all the other blacks get caught with him. If one black man does something good, nobody else gets nothing with him. It's a reverse for the Jewish people, right? If a Jewish person could repeatedly fucks me on a deal, it's just them. It's just the businessman. It's not the people. It's not nobody else. But if a Jewish person does good, all of their people eat with them. That's one of the flips. I gotta tell you something. Where is a black guy that has a Jewish person signed to him? Point it out. Tell me that. Where is a black person that's signed to a Jewish person? All of them. Basically 90% of them. So what I'm saying is, y'all done poked the bear too many times. Y'all should have learned with Drake. Y'all should have learned with Puff. Y'all should have learned with Hove. Y'all dealing with a different kind of animal here. You know, everybody wants to say I'm 730. Well, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I told y'all I was the leader. I told y'all I'm gonna free my people in the name of God, and I will put my life at risk, because if I wasn't in a glass prison, just like Larry Hoover's in a real prison, then I would have had to say so when my kids go to school. I go into my kids' school, I see Hanukkah books, then I see Kwanzaa. Christmas is Christ's Mass. Where's Jesus in the school where all the celebrities are paying for their kids to go?
Cell? I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Like, hey, I'm talking about.
Right.
But ain't nobody listening to me type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in like a glass box of like celebrity with a bunch.
You know, when he talking about this glass box, people think this man crazy. Let me show y'all something real quick, man. Let me show y'all something real quick. We're gonna go to y'all favorite thing to go on. Google Scholarship, right? Let's look at this real quick. The glass ceiling. Let's see. A glass ceiling is a metaphor used to represent an invisible barrier that prevents a given demographic, typically applied to women, from rising beyond. Hold on, let's see. Let's look at this real quick. Rising beyond a certain level in a hierarchy, man.
Right. That's all around us.
Let me simplify this for you. A demographic. It could be an ethnic group.
That's exactly what it is. We in it every day, all day.
Let's go ahead and put a title to this demographic. You so-called blacks. You so-called Hispanics. This is you, man. From rising beyond a certain level of hierarchy, man. Hierarchy, man. This is your economy right here. This is your government that you don't have.
Redlining.
Our people got to start realizing this stuff, man. This ain't fake. You can only go but so far in this man's system, man. Let's Revelation 2:9. Revelation 2:9. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't do it, man. Right?
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty.
This is literally telling you right here. This is Christ speaking. He telling you that the real Israelites, the real Jews is in poverty, man. These Jewish folks is the richest people in the world.
Yes.
But the Bible is saying that the real Jews are in poverty. They go through tribulation. Any hood you go into, any ghetto, who is there? Who's at the bottom of society?
Right, we are.
Come on.
But thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not.
There's a people that's saying they Jews, but they not, man. You got to start realizing the Bible specifically tell you who these people are. Who would say they are?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
The Bible tell you that these folks saying they Jews and are not, man, they the synagogue of Satan. Let's go to Ezekiel 36:5, because what you're going to realize is the Bible specifically tells you who perpetrating. It specifically tells you who perpetrating, man. Let's go there. Right? Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 5.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 5. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea.
All Idumea, man. It specifically tell you Idumea. These are the Edomites. Come on.
Which have appointed my land into their possession.
Who is in the land of Israel right now? Claiming to be the Jews, man.
That's right.
You know, one day I want you to go on your phone right now and look up the Jewish people. Look at how they dress, right? And then I want you to go back on your phone and look up the pilgrims. And what you're going to see is the Jewish people and the pilgrims dress exactly alike, man. But you're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving coming up soon.
Yeah.
Bro, these people have continuously made a mockery of us, man.
Every day.
And we just go with the flow, man. It's ridiculous, man.
Bunch of handlers around me and shit, and people colluding behind my back and being like, is he ramped up? What we gonna say now? What I told y'all, because I talked to Larry Jackson last night, and he was like, yo.
From iTunes.
Yeah, but now he's got his own deal. He said, he started telling me how Clive Davis changed his life. And I talked to him for 6.
Yo. Let's go back on our Google scholarship, man. Because this all our people can register with, man. He said Clyde Davis, right? Okay. Let's see. Clyde Davis, right? Clyde Davis is an American record producer, A&R executive, record executive, and lawyer. This is what this man looked like, man. Clyde Davis. These are the type of folks that's ruling over our people, man. This is the face of the people that's controlling your media, right? They controlling the music industry and everything else that you hear and listen to. But look, check this out right quick. Let's take a look at something. Let's see. We're just gonna add Jewish on there. Let's see something real quick. Clyde Davis. Early life and education. Davis was born in Brooklyn, New York City, to a Jewish family. Yo, these people is controlling everything. You start looking up these people's families, you're gonna start realizing damn, the Jewish people control everything.
Yeah.
The Bible told you they was the synagogue of Satan. That's a prophecy. Why is it even telling you? Why is Christ even telling you this? Because in that day, you're going to realize this man was behind all the evil that's going on in this place.
That's right.
He behind all the evil. Is this the man? Yeah, it's him.
That's him.
Minutes, he said, well, usually we talk back and forth. I said, Larry, this is my life, though. I'm letting you know so you can let everybody know what it is. What it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of y'all no more. And we don't have to be afraid. I understand that they got us so paid off every which way, they cutting down. And my whole point just off the tweet, the fact that, what does that even mean, what I said? And the fact that I got taken off proves my point. Jamie Lee Curtis went on TV and said, I hope they take his children away from him. I hope they take his children away from him. Everybody they put out, Triple X, Tupac, that's what Larry was saying.
Right.
My response was, well, I guess I'm next then.
Right.
Because it's no backing down at this point. I talked to Q because Q been labeled an anti-Semite. First of all, we are Semite. We Jew, so I can't be anti-Semite.
Right.
First of all, I need my 4 stadiums back. The 78 media outlets that called me abuser when I was trying to get that heroin addict away from my kids that was tattooing my kids' names on them, Skeet, Pete Davidson, they popping up. You know what I'm saying? It's like they Trevor Noah, not even from America. He just looked black. Right? Gonna say, yo, Kim, it's gonna get dangerous. So they putting all that, he crazy. He's so OJ. Nori just want the family back together. I just want the family back together. Kim is a Christian. On TMZ, I just saw yesterday, they said Pete Davidson and Kim have sex by the fireplace to honor their grandmother. It's Jewish Zionists that's about that life, that's telling this Christian woman that has 4 black children to put that out as a message in the media. So
you know, when you hear those terms, Zionist, Judaism, these folks is the devil, man. These folks have committed identity theft.
That's right.
Globally on you so-called blacks and Hispanics, man. And they throw these denominations, these religions out there. Man, you might as well just slash out that word and just put deceit. Because you're going to start realizing when you start researching these Jewish folks, these Roman Catholics, these Zionists, these Judaism, man, they funded the Portuguese during the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
Man, they funded Spain. They funded these companies to transport your behind. These folks is the devil, man. Just like Christ said they was, man. They would have labeled Jesus Christ anti-Semitic.
That's right. He's the king of the anti-Semites.
Right, man. That's crazy,
when
man.
I drive by and I see the Hulu ads and I say the JP Chase Morgan ads, I'm going to let y'all know right now, the devil is a defeated foe.
Oh, JP Morgan.
Transatlantic slave trade.
You can't poison me. And by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who, because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that, and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now. Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now. No. I'm Michael now. I'm Michael now. I am the richest.
Right. They say you're the richest black man in American history.
In history.
In American
history.
Can we make some noise for that, goddammit?
So I want y'all to run up on me.
No.
I want y'all to come kill me.
No.
I want you to smack me.
No.
I want you to do all the shit you rap.
And let me just say this too, man. This guy, Nori, or whoever, the guy that's trying to conduct this interview, man, this is one of the worst examples our people could ever have, man. I mean, and not just this interview. I've seen other interviews that he's done. This whole interview right here, this man was trying to shut Kanye up from telling the truth, man. This man ain't said nothing wrong. But then you got these other so-called white folks that are interview Kanye. They ain't take nothing down.
Not a thing.
Pierce Morgan ain't. His show called Uncensored. He ain't took nothing down. He left his up.
Isn't he overseas?
I'm not sure where he located.
Okay.
But that interview he done with Kanye, I believe after this one, is still up there, man.
Yeah.
Rap about. Hold on. All the shit you rap about. I want you to come do it now. Come down to this joint right now, please. Or otherwise, shut the fuck up unless you was there when the Kardashians kidnapped my kids. You understand? Now go and get y'all some motherfucking business while we go and get free. Cause I'm Moses out here. You know what I'm saying? I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put up. One of the things that his two roommates said was, they want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend. They said he's...
Now, I seen the documentary that he talking about. Now, yes, this man did have a fair amount of fentanyl in his system. Fentanyl is a drug that a lot of times is added to other drugs.
Right.
So if somebody's smoking weed, they'll add fentanyl to the weed, or they'll add fentanyl to coke.
Isn't that synthetic heroin or something like that?
They'll put it in heroin.
Okay.
But the point is, I don't believe that if the police never stopped George Floyd, that he would have died that day from fentanyl.
No.
I do not believe that.
No.
I definitely believe that the police putting a knee on that man's neck for 8 minutes had a significant effect on this man's life. Period. Okay? When you put your knee on the back of somebody's neck, whether it was on his upper back or not, it definitely had an effect on that man's breathing.
It definitely did.
Yeah. So that whole thing about the fentanyl, I believe that's irrelevant. But to be honest, he was right about the earlier comment he made about George Floyd.
Screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend. It's in the documentary. But something that hit me, that fucked me up when I was watching the documentary, and it said, they want a tall guy like me. When I looked at that image of him, this tall black dude with the bald head, he reminded me of somebody else. Who you think he reminded me of?
Virgil.
He reminded me of Virgil. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna cry in front of y'all, because that's how they get me, right?
Right.
But I know that we lost him. And I know that this white company, Louis Vuitton, is now making statues of him, like as a martyr. And we don't know why exactly. We say it's cancer.
But I mean, all right. I want to be careful with this subject.
And with the whole martyr thing and making him a public figure to represent the black community, that's irrelevant. Okay, what the police done and the way they handled that situation was ridiculous, and it shined a light on these similar cases that are happening every single day. Okay, and people ignore these things. So the George Floyd, it didn't do nothing but highlight the police brutality and the complete injustice that's happening in the system. Okay, it shined a light on that, and that needed to be done. So the publicity that George Floyd got, whether people view him as a martyr or not, is irrelevant, because they're not viewing his life as something to be remembered for.
Right.
They're viewing the situation, and the situation was police brutality. You got your knee on that man's neck, and he handcuffed.
Right.
It don't need to be happening. It's ridiculous, and it needed to be publicized, man. And I'm glad they done that. So the whole martyr thing, that's irrelevant. People like to throw that up where, you know, he had a record and all this stuff. His record is irrelevant. Just because he had a record don't mean he deserved to die, you dweeb.
Wait a second, but tell me, could you even really run this interview? Because Mav didn't run my interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? JP Morgan, I put $140 million into JP Morgan, and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how they treating the rest of y'all?
That's outrageous, yeah.
And you know what's funny about this whole JP Morgan, this Chase Bank, sent Kanye West a letter and told him that they could no longer provide him service for his anti-Semitic comments. Let's go back to the Google real quick, right?
The founder of Chase was in the slave trade.
Let's go back to the Google real quick, because they canceled Kanye West because of his anti-Semitic comments, right? Let's see something real quick. Let's see something real quick. You can't make this stuff up, man. JP Morgan kept Jeffrey Epstein as a client despite internal warnings. Who is Jeffrey Epstein? This man is a registered sex offender, man.
Mm-hmm.
For having relations with little kids.
Yep.
When compliance officers at JP Morgan Chase conducted a sweep of their wealthy clients a decade ago, they recommended that the bank cut its ties to the financier Jeffrey Epstein because his accounts posed unacceptable legal and reputational risks. Yet Mr. Epstein, who had been charged with sex crimes and pleaded guilty in 2008 to solicitation of prostitution, remained a JP Morgan client until 2013.
Mm-hmm.
You devils, man.
Right, right.
You devils, bruh. You gotta start realizing these folks is wicked, man. So you'll keep this registered guilty sex offender
Right.
as a client, but then you'll take out Kanye West for saying he going DEFCON. And when you pronounce the DEFCON DEATH, that is what they consider to be declaring war. But the way Kanye spelled it on his account was DEAF.
Oh, DEAF. Okay.
And that's not declaring war. That's a defense mechanism. So Kanye was literally, the definition of that word was him trying to defend himself. They jumped ship on the news and start talking about, oh, this man declared war on the Jewish community, talking about killing Jewish people. No, he wasn't. If y'all really want to get technical, no, he wasn't. He was talking about defending himself when they shut down his stadium events, when you were stealing that man's money. Now, you let Jeffrey Epstein keep his account. Let's put that Jewish on the end of Jeffrey Epstein. See what pop up. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein and his fellow Jews, man. See, what you're going to start to realize, this man is a Jew as well, man.
That's right.
This man was Jewish. I ain't going to say he was a Jew. He was Jewish. Let me see if I can.
The Epstein gives it away.
Let me see. See if we can find a little better article. Let me see. Let me see. We're gonna find it because these devils can't. Man, the Lord putting this stuff on Front Street, man. Let me see. Seymour Epstein. Let me see. Let's see. His parents, Pauline and Seymour Epstein, were Jewish, man.
That's right.
Bruh, this stuff ain't hidden, man. This, like you say, this J.P. Morgan Bank had a hand in your captivity, man.
Mm-hmm. I think that if I remember correctly, the guy who started Chase started in the sugar business. He made billions. I think he was the first American billionaire. Then he opened the Chase Bank. That's where he got his start from. He made his money in the slave trade, making sugar, bringing sugar to the U.S.
So they told Kanye he had to get his money out the bank when really they owe that man some money.
Oh, that's right.
And this murder was with Chase accounts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I am outraged. By the time people always, they want to calm it down.
Because no matter what, you didn't break no law.
I didn't break a law.
No
I
matter
didn't
what,
break a law.
The bank shouldn't be a judge or jury on anything that's
But
going
this
on.
is it's like a social contract. Candace Owens has a word for it, I'm forgetting it. But it's basically like they told Candace Owens she couldn't hang out with me. You know, I'm here because I didn't have no outlet. I was on Tucker Carlson, right? And people, Trump supporters, they think it's so, you know, they think it's nice that a black guy supports Trump. But it's like, would they really support me when I do? Because they said legally I'm not allowed to say what's happening in 2024. But all those people that love me when I run against, when I wore the hat, right? Would they support me? I got to say something about the hat. That's one of the things that really drove me to the edge.
Talking about the MAGA hat.
The MAGA hat. Imagine your own wife telling you, oh, the hat's small dick energy. Meanwhile, the Clintons got them trying to get people to get vaccinated. I know somebody, I'm not going to say his name, where Kim and Chris got on the phone with them trying to get them to push the vaccination to black people.
Oh my gosh, man.
Meaning that's how in tuned and how
Did y'all hear
aligned
what
with
he
the
just
Clintons
said?
that the Kardashians were through Corey. Your own wife telling you, oh, the hat's small dick energy. Meanwhile, the Clintons got them trying to get people to get vaccinated. I know somebody, I'm not going to say his name, where Kim and Chris got on the phone with them trying to get them to push the vaccination to black people.
Wow.
Meaning that's how in...
Yo, man. Man, let's go back to Sirach, man. Back to Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10, because, yo, you hearing it. This man is a billionaire. And he's married to Kim Kardashian, a white lady. And she is on the phone with the people that you vote for, trying to push this vaccine on our people. And we told you, man. We told y'all, do not take that vaccine. That vaccine is wicked.
Right.
You got people going around talking about all praises to the Most High for the vaccine. That vaccine is wicked. We told you, man. And you hearing it now. This stuff gonna start. Listen, man. You gonna start seeing people get sick within the next couple years.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be wondering where it came from. It come from that vaccine, and the plant-based one too. That stuff was not tested.
It was designed to take people out. That's what I believe.
And it's sad that our people, you know, to our people that did take this vaccine, man, you better send up prayers to the Most High, man, because these folks did not test that stuff. It was an agenda. All right, it was all an agenda, trying to get our people to take that vaccine. God forbid you got the booster shot.
Like the fifth or sixth one right now.
Yeah, turn around and take the monkeypox vaccine.
No, bro, ain't you seen monkeypox? They stopped talking about that.
And you know what's crazy too? These government branches that was firing people for not taking the vaccine, they trying to hire them back and get them back pay.
You can't make this stuff up.
You can't make it up.
Yeah.
You really can't make this stuff up, man. Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
The Bible say never trust thy enemy, man. Never. Come on.
For like as iron rusts, so is his wickedness.
So is this wickedness, man. You can't trust this man to take no vaccine that got cleared within weeks when they ain't even got a cure for the common cold.
Right.
They ain't got no I put that in one of my songs. They ain't got no vaccine for a crack fiend.
Right.
Man, come on, man. Read verse 11.
Though he humble himself and go crouching.
Oh man, you know this was approved by the FDA.
Right.
Come on.
Yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
This man heard his wife on the phone trying to get the celebrities of our people to push this vaccine. I seen a commercial with what's your boy name? The black producer, Spike Lee.
Oh yeah.
Man, I seen a commercial with this man. It just was just coonery, man. At his finest, he was sitting on the steps like he did in that movie he made. What's the
Do the Right Thing?
I can't remember specifically which movie it was. They had your boy in it with
Fight the Power.
With the radio.
Radio Raheem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What was the name of that joint? Damn.
Anyway, the dude was looking like a straight coon, man. Pushing the vaccine on this commercial, they had it on Hulu and everything else. I say, man, they done called this brother up on the phone and gave him a little check. And Kanye ain't doing nothing but confirming this stuff, man. We was already telling people this stuff.
Tuned and how aligned with the Clintons that the Kardashians were through Corey. Through Corey. Corey is a plant. Corey was, Puff Daddy, Manny. You get what I'm saying? Then he was with Justin Bieber when Justin Bieber got in trouble. And then when Bruce did a transition to Caitlyn, he popped up. Now he run around like he Kylie Daddy. But he's there for the agenda and controlling the power of that family. Four of those people in that family have been raised Christian by Rob Kardashian. I know y'all want a question, but did you ask something right there?
I think you just gotta let some of this out.
It's not even venting or inventing. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Now what? You know what I'm saying? So that's the position. That's the reason why when I was talking to Cube, I said, yo, I'm gonna hold my ground. I'm not backing down. No Nick Cannon, no. And by the way, Nick Cannon, the GOAT, pro-life. Let's go. So
Nick Cannon's over.
But why say anti-Semitic shit if you know that you love?
I don't think you're saying anti-Semitic shit. That's the thing. I think you're owning that.
Okay, now
but you're not saying anti-Semitic.
I'm gonna say let's take the word Semitic right and say we're Jew. Semitic. I'm gonna name you some anti-Semitic shit right now, right? Because we're Jew. Let me put it like this. Remember I talked about the chakras? Remember I talked about Rick Rubin? I talked about the 808?
The chakras is real.
Now, I'm gonna say some anti-Semitic shit. I'ma fuck your bitch. I'ma kill this nigga. 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 That's the real anti-Semitic shit that the Jewish people get paid off of. Now let me little Apple move. Let me move on Apple.
Man, this man just said a mouthful just now, man. This man just told you straight up, they'll allow us to go around talk about how we gonna kill our people, kill a nigga, and have sex with another man's wife, and everything good.
Right.
But the minute you go around talking about you gonna kill a Jewish person, or you even defend yourself against a Jewish person,
right,
they gonna cancel your whole movement,
cancel your whole life.
And the only thing this man done is he went on this show and he showed you, I'm gonna say some anti-Semitic stuff, and watch how they do me. Watch how much power they really have. And he's showing you they controlling the media, they control the news, they control TMZ, they control Fox News, they control the Spotify, they control the Apple Music, they control everything. Man. And our people still don't get it. We have a God.
That's right.
And if we don't do what our God says, there is punishment for it, man. Right? Let's go to 1 Samuel. Before we go there, let's go to Genesis real quick. Let's go to Genesis. Genesis. Let me see. Chapter. Let me find this drink real quick. Let's go to chapter 36. Right. Genesis chapter 36, and let's read verse 12.
The book of Genesis, chapter 36, and verse 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek.
Amalek, man. This is the specific tribe of these Jewish people. Right? We dealing with Amalek here. Right? Keep that in mind right now. Let's go to 1 Samuel 15. 1 Samuel chapter 15, and let's read verse 1. Right?
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, and verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore, hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus say the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
What Amalek did to Israel, man, these folks been doing stuff to us since we came out of Egypt. Because our people think this captivity started in 1619.
Right.
Man, Esau been doing this stuff since the Egyptian captivity. Man. Come on.
How he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not. Both slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
See, this is the thing. This was a commandment that Saul did not keep. Saul did not keep this commandment. The Lord told him to kill all of them.
That's right.
And why was he telling them that, man? Because right now, the same folk that aren't supposed to be here have now committed identity theft on our entire nation.
That's right.
And they are now ruling over our people. But if we had kept that commandment from the jump, man, they wouldn't even be here. Over and over, as you read this Bible, you begin to see because of our disobedience, these things happen to us.
That's right.
Because of our disobedience. And we don't realize it, man. We still don't get it. Right? We still don't get it. All we have to do is keep God's commandments. And even when you look at these celebrities, man, like we were saying earlier, it's one thing to be saying that you are Israelite, but it's another thing to actually keep God's commandments.
Big difference.
And keep in mind, when we say keep God's commandments, we also is talking about following Christ, man. Kanye is not the Moses of the nation of Israel.
Say it again. That's right.
Christ is our king. Christ is our head, man. And that's who we vote for, man. We're not going to... If Kanye ran for president right now, I would not be voting for Kanye.
Not at all.
We have a king. And Kanye going to have to fall up under that. Mm-hmm. It don't matter how rich and famous you is, man. We need Christ. That's the only way. Right? Even though he waking our people up, this man is not going to be able to defeat the Jewish.
Right.
They are way too powerful. They control everything. You're not going to be able to shut them down. Now, what he is doing is he's exposing their agenda.
Right.
He is going to expose their propaganda. Right? That's being exposed. Right? Let's go to Exodus 17. All right. Exodus 17. And let's read verse 8.
The book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 8. Mm-hmm. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim.
So now, this is before that commandment went forth with King Saul. Mm-hmm. Right? Come on.
And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in mine hand.
With the rod of God in my hand. Right? So this is Moses.
Right.
Right? We're going to fight Amalek, but he's doing it with the rod of God. This
right.
rod of God is a representation of Christ. Make no mistake about it.
Right.
Come on.
So Joshua did as Moses said unto him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed.
Israel is going to always prevail with Christ, man.
That's right.
Come on.
And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
But when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
Right.
So don't be deceived for one split second. It's all hunky-dory for you to say that we the Israelites. But we have to do this with Christ.
That's right.
Not with Kanye West. Right? The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
We ought to obey the God of Israel rather than men. Right? And with that we say,
Shalom.